Hello everyone, today we are going to start our science chapter 2, which is cell, the building block of life. Okay, so everyone, we know that we have learned in our curiosity book in class 8 that what was a cell in basics. What are unicellular, multicellular organisms, their shapes, what is a cell membrane, the main common things we have learned. Now in this chapter we will be learning briefly about a cell, which will be very interesting, and let's start. So cell, the building block of life. Now in this chapter we are going to see why a cell is known as the building block of life, and even though it is the tiniest part of the body, how it performs all the life processes. So this chapter is going to be very interesting. Stay till the end of the video. So let's start. So this is chapter 2 and this is new NCERT 2026-27 syllabus. I have opened it through ncert.nic.in website for class 9. Okay, so let's start. It is widely accepted amongst the scientific community that life originated in water. So many of the scientists or the scientific community tells that the first life or the first evidence of life was found, and it is believed that it originated in water. Some researchers believe that life may have originated in small water pools with changing environmental conditions. Changing means sometimes hot, cold, humid, like that, rather than in oceans. So this environmental conditions changes will be less in oceans, but it will be more in pools, because as pools will be there in the village area and all, their rain and all will be happening, or like seasons will be changing. But in oceans and all, water may remain constant and there is no that environmental change in oceans. Okay, hot springs are examples in Ladakh. Example of such environments. In India, hot springs means where we get hot water naturally. So it's not man-made. It is due to environmental conditions, and now it is found only in Pyuga Valley in Ladakh in India. Okay, India. So in India, the hot springs of Pyuga Valley in Ladakh maintain very high temperature nearly at the boiling point of water. Boiling point of water, what is it? So I think it's 100 degrees Celsius. So nearly at the boiling point of water, even in cold climate. So always here water remains hot only. It does not become cold even though there is extreme cold temperatures. It remains very high temperature water. These environmental conditions seem to be similar to those on the early Earth about 3.5 billion years ago. The organisms living in these hot springs are mostly heat-loving bacteria, because many bacteria can't survive in very hot temperatures. But there are few bacteria which can also survive in very heat temperatures, that are heat-loving bacteria. They are called thermophiles. So, like from the word itself, we can understand thermo means itself hot. So, philes means bacteria. So, thermophiles, which are unicellular. So, in this whole statement itself, we can get three questions. What are the organisms? Are they bacteria, fungus? It's bacteria. What are they? They are thermophiles. And are they unicellular, multicellular? They are unicellular. Okay. Scientists from Bilbal Sahani Institute of Paleosciences, Lucknow, studied these hot springs and found that calcium carbonate formed rapidly around them. These deposits may have protected early organic molecules from harmful radiation and extreme conditions, and they may have also helped in formation of first protective membrane, the barrier of the cell. Okay, So, according to the scientists in Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleoscience, Lucknow, they have studied that in these hot springs, calcium carbonate is formed rapidly around them, due to which in also they have helped or they have protected it from harmful radiation and extreme conditions. They have also helped in formation of the first protective membrane, which is known as barrier of the cell. So all living organisms are made up of cell. Cell represents the basic level at which life exists. Some organisms such as bacteria, yeast consists of only one cell, which is unicellular, while others like plants, fish, birds or humans are made up of millions or trillions of cells, which is multicellular, that work together. So every organism is made up of cell. So a cell represents the basic level at which life exists. Every organism is made up of cell. So some organisms are unicellular like bacteria and yeast, means they are made up of only one cell, and that single cell performs all the life process, while other plants like other organisms like plants, fish, birds or humans are made up of millions of cells, that's why they are multicellular. And there are group of cells which perform a specific life process, like for respiration one type of one group of cell, for excretion one group of cell, like that, digestion one group of cell, in multicellular organisms only. A group of similar cells performing similar functions form tissues. So group of similar cells, when they perform similar functions, they form tissues. Different tissues are organized to form organs, and several organs work together to form organ system. So first similar cells performing similar functions form tissues, then different tissues are organized together to form organs, and later organs together they form organ systems. Even when cells are organized into tissues, organs and organ system, the cell remains the fundamental unit of structure and function in all living organisms. So even though now tissues, organ or organ systems are formed, cell will always remain the fundamental unit of structure in all living organisms, and it will perform its function even though tissues, organs and organ systems have been formed. So some of the cells we have in our body are like RBCs, WBC, platelets. Like these types of cell, even though organ, tissues and organ systems are formed, they still perform their function and they are fundamental unit of structure in all living organisms. So this makes us wonder how such tiny cells perform so many different activities. Like cells are very small, like they are measured in micrometers, but also they perform many different activities. What are the different components of cell? How do cells in our body communicate with each other? Do cells live forever or they die? In this chapter, we will explore the answers to these questions as we enter the fascinating world of cells. So, these questions answers we will get after reading this chapter. So, this was the introduction of this chapter, that we have seen what was a cell, and after the similar cells group together they form tissues, organ systems. We saw about hot springs, and we also saw what is a cell here. Next we will be seeing how to study cell in the next video. Thank you.